Okay, good evening Facebook, and welcome to another card of the day with myself, Lady Moonlight, the Mystic Witch. Today I'm going to be using the animal cards. I've been called to use the animal cards because, as well as spirit guides, we have animal guides as well, and sometimes the wisdom from our animal guides can be just as good as the wisdom from our spiritual guides, our guardian angels, whatever you want, ascended masters, whatever you want to call them. So now and again I do like to get the animal cards out and be able to read the cards for you, especially for a card of the day. As well as that, I'll be doing one card reading for my VIP customer and good friend Lucy Lou Yates, and I know she always chooses the Old Faithful card, so I will be adding that too. If you would like me to pick a card for you on my card of the day, leave your name in the comment and ask for a card of the a card reading, one card reading, and I will be more than happy to pick a card for you in the next card of the day. All the cards of the day are saved onto my YouTube channel, which is The Mystic Witch. You can also find me on Lady Moonlight on YouTube as well. So for Lucy, I know that is useful because sometimes my VIP customers like to go onto my YouTube channel and look back in a few months at the card that I picked. So having all of these videos on the Mystic Witch YouTube channel and Lady Moonlight YouTube channel gives people the advantage that they, instead of scrolling all the way down through the Facebook pages, they can go onto my YouTube channel and look for their reading on there as well. So I'm also on The Mystic Witch on TikTok and on Instagram, so you'll find me there. So let's shuffle these cards and see what the animal guides have got to say for us today. If you're watching me live, say hi, come along, and if you're watching me live, you can also ask for a card live as well. While I'm doing my lives, I would like to go live on Instagram, TikTok and my YouTube, but I believe you need 1,000 followers or subscribers for that. So if you would like me to go live on there, share, comment and like. And get my status up so that I can go live on TikTok, Instagram and YouTube as well. But for now, I can go live on Facebook and share to my YouTube, so it's all good. And I do little mini readings on my Instagram and TikTok. So let's just see what these animal cards have got to tell us. I hope everyone is having a wonderful Saturday. We've had sunshine today. Always like the sun coming out. Makes you feel happy, makes you feel in a positive mood when it's sunny, doesn't it? So, the card that I picked today is the Badger. Perseverance. Okay, so it's a badger and perseverance. Dig in and see it through to completion. Alright? Do you know what? I have to say, in the past I've been guilty of that. We start something and then we think halfway through it, I can't go on and finish this. How many of us have started a task or started a job or started a hobby and we've gone so far and think, nah, this is too hard, I'm going to give up. Or we've gone for a job and we might have had a knockback, and that knockback deters us from applying for other jobs. Now the badger is an animal of perseverance. Once it starts a task, whether that task is looking for food, whether it's building its den, whether it's making a family, whatever its task is, the badger will always see whatever it's doing through to completion, and before it moves on to the next thing. And this is what Badger's message is for you today. Have you started something recently and just put it aside? Tomorrow, I can finish that tomorrow. I can do that next week. I can start that next week, etc. Maybe you've made plans and all you've done is put those plans to paper, but you've not manifested it. You've not put those plans into actions. They're just sitting there waiting to be put into action. Well, Badger's here to remind you that, we need to see things through to completion. If there's something in our heads that's telling us we need to do something, that's no coincidence. That's no accident, right? It's our guides. It's our inner knowing that's telling us, you know what, you can do this. You can, you can get up and get going and finish it just as much as you've started it. Don't put that thing away and disregard it just because life gets tough, right? Sometimes, what is it they say? When life gets tough, the tough get going. It's so much easier when we hit that bump in the road just to stop and do a U-turn and find a safer route, or find an easier or smoother route round it, isn't it? Than it is to actually get rid of that hump in the road and carry on regardless. And this is what Badger's message is saying. It doesn't matter what life throws at us. What matters is finding a way round obstacles, finding a way to achieve your goals, your dreams, your desires, by simply just keep on going. My father used to have a wonderful saying, if at first you can't succeed, try again. And even if you try 1,000 times, eventually you'll get there. And that set my life into kind of motion, and I'm kind of one of these people that if I do start something and I get stuck on something, I'm a devil for just pushing through it and finding a way through it. It's a bit like, for many of you who don't know me, I'm registered blind, and that brings its own obstacles every day in my life. And one of the biggest obstacles that I found when I lost my vision was putting on makeup, putting on mascara especially. We're dealing with something that's close to your eyes, and when you've lost your sight you think, well, how can I do that? But what I realized was when you lose one sense, you gain another sense. You gain the sense of touch or smell or taste, or your intuition gets stronger. So what I realized was, yes, I'd lost my vision, but my sense of touch was so acute that I can put mascara on without looking in the mirror, because I can feel where the lash starts and where the tip of the lash is. So when I'm applying my mascara, I simply just go by touch rather than going by relying solely on my vision. It's the same when I'm crossing roads, for example. I rely more on my hearing than I do my sight, because I can hear a car coming from miles away, and I can judge by the sound of its engine, by whether it's accelerating, whether it's slow, whether it's fast, etc. We develop ways of dealing with obstacles in life. If one obstacle comes your way, if I gave up at the last hurdle, I would never be able to wear makeup. If I gave up at the last hurdle, I would never have the courage to come on and do lives. If I gave up at the last hurdle, I would never find the courage to escape abuse, etc. So Badger's message is crystal clear. It's the message of perseverance. When the going gets tough, just keep going. Right? Life does throw curveballs in our way, just like it does with the badger. But that doesn't deter the badger, nor does it stop the badger from reaching its goals. You know, the badger can make a den and maybe a human being can come along and destroy its den. Badger could give up at that point, right? But it doesn't. It just works away and badgers away and makes another den for itself and its family. And that's what Badger's message is all about. So if you've been stuck in a rut, you've started something and it just looks too mammoth a job to complete, can't get my words out today, if it is too mammoth a job to complete, don't give up, keep going. And if your way is blocked by an obstacle, find a way to remove that obstacle, or indeed go round that obstacle. Where there's a will, there will always be a way. It's dependent on how determined you are. Persevere. Push through your boundaries. Push through your obstacles. And when you do that, you'll find that it doesn't matter in the future what obstacles get in your way. You'll be able to find solutions to those obstacles because you'll let your perseverance take over. There's nothing that you cannot achieve. It starts with belief in yourself. It starts with belief in your abilities. It starts with telling yourself, I'm never going to give up. I'm going to keep going. No matter what life throws at me, I'm going to keep going. And I'm not going to tell you that that's going to be easy, because probably it's not. But the rewards that you get for completing what you started, that's worth all of the struggles. That's worth all of the troubles that come your way. And you know it is true what they say. There is nothing you cannot do if you solely believe in yourself, believe in your abilities, and just get the job done. So I hope Mr. Badger's message to you has relevance to you. If it does, let me know. Comment. Let me know if this card resonates with you. Maybe it doesn't resonate with you. Maybe you show this video to somebody else in your friends list or your family, and it resonates to them. So I'm going to go and get my Old Faithful cards, and I'm going to pick a card for Lucy Lou Yates, one of my VIP customers. She loves booking regular readings with me, so I always like to give something back. So I know that she loves the Old Faithful cards. So I don't even have to ask Lucy what card she wants. I know the deck that she prefers. So I feel that she's working today, maybe. She works within a fire station, so her, these firefighters, they do amazing jobs, and we don't give them the credit that they deserve sometimes. And when you think about the lives that these guys and ladies save, respect to everyone on the fire services who put their lives at risk for us every day to save others' lives. True heroes, if ever there was. So I'm just gonna shuffle and split these cards for our Lucy. As I said, if you catch me live, ask me for a card. If you're on the replay and you would like a card picked for you on my next card of the day, let me know. I'll be more than happy to read a card for you. But don't just leave your name. A lot of people leave their names and they might say nothing. And I'm like, well, would you like a card? So leave your name and ask for a card, and I will be more than happy to read a card for you. Okay, so Lucy Lou, let's see what the card has for you. Today's card is Judgment. Alright? Now, in the past, I know that others have done you wrong, and that's maybe left a bitter taste in the mouth, and maybe it's left some sort of emotional scars, emotional traumas, etc. But you know, in this lifetime, it's not our place to judge people's words, deeds or actions. Universal karma is a damn good hand, and a better hand at doing that than what we are. Remember, the universe is always watching, always listening, always paying attention to the things that we do, say, and our words, etc. So if we're doing good deeds and we're helping out other people, we are judged accordingly as far as the universe goes, and good things come our way. But at the same time, if others do us wrong, maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, next week, next year, or even in the next couple of years, but you can rely on universal karma to teach those that do us wrong a lesson. My father used to always say, when I was getting bullied at school as a child because I was different from everybody else, he would say, don't worry about it. They may be bullies today, but tomorrow a bigger bully's going to come along and absolutely beat the hecking crap out of them. Lesson learned. They'll actually get to feel what you feel right now. And you know what? He was so right. Because later on in life, I found out that those that were bullies had their own karma. So just going by everyday things that you do, keep being you, keep being true to you, and find a little space in your heart to forgive those that have done wrong, because in the end they'll need that forgiveness when universal karma teaches them life lessons. And I've been around the block enough to know that universal karma can do just that. Hi Lynn, how are you? So I've been around the block to know that karma can do just that. So Lucy, your card message today is, you know, forget about the wrongs that other people have done. Find a way of putting them behind you. Find a way of dealing with them, getting that hurt out, whether it's through clearing your chakras, whether it's doing self-healing, whether it's going for a Reiki session. Just find a way of letting that go and leave universal karma to deal with the ones that have done you wrong. Universal karma, since the start of time, has done a darn good job of doing that. Oh, I'm so glad. Would you like a card picked? Well, now that you have got me live, doing my card of the day, I always ask those that follow me on live if they would like me to pick a card for them. I'm just doing Lucy's card just now. So Lucy, message in short is, doesn't matter what other people think about you. Be yourself, be true to you. You know, and have you ever thought those that have done you wrong are probably envious or jealous of your success or your happiness? No problem. I will give you a choice of cards that you can pick. Not a problem. So, the message of this card is just keep being you. Keep being, you're strong. You know, you've survived this far. Yes, you've gone through traumas. Yes, people have done you wrong. Karma will deal with that in its own sweet time. You know, the best thing you can do is forgive them, walk away, and leave karma to do the rest. Because maybe things aren't going right in their world. And sometimes when things go wrong, the people that we want to hurt are the ones that we love the most. You know, we're going to hurt the ones that love us more than hurt a stranger. You know, and it's because they're hurting themselves. Maybe their life isn't so great as yours, and maybe they're a little bit envious of what you've been going through. Maybe they're a little bit envious of your relationship, your job, whatever the case may be, and they're lashing out. Forgive them, walk on, and carry on with your life. You know, eventually they'll learn life lessons as we all do. And that's their lessons to learn, not yours. We can't take on the responsibility of everybody else's actions. We just have to keep being ourselves. So I hope that that card helps. Now, Lynn, I have my old faithfuls here, or you can have the moon card. Which one would you like? The moon cards. They're one of my favourite cards. I love the moon cards. It's like universal messages. So I'll shuffle these cards for you and pick a moon card for you as well. You're more than welcome. And of course, if you ever want to look for your reading again, The Mystic Witch is on YouTube as well. So this will be saved to YouTube so that you can catch hold of your reading anytime that you would like. Okay, so let's just give these a little shuffle, and we will see what the moon cards have to say. I love the moon cards. Their messages are straight to the point. We sometimes don't give the moon credit for what it teaches us. It controls a huge part of our lives. It controls our thoughts, our feelings, our emotions, especially on a full moon. So I love my moon cards. There's such nice energy about them. So let's just give these a shuffle. I'm so glad you're able to catch me live, Lynn, and it's nice talking to new people. Okay. Excuse me for looking closely at the screen. I lost my vision about 7 years ago, registered blind, but my third eye vision is absolutely acute. I've been reading cards and dealing with spirit since I was a child, so it's nice to meet new people. Okay, so Lynn, surrender to the divine, and you have the full moon cards, all right? I feel with this card message, it's basically saying, you know, when things go wrong, it really gets to you, and you kind of blame yourself, right? You kind of say, oh, this is my fault that this has gone wrong. This is my fault that this has happened. Or maybe I've upset somebody intentionally and not even really meant it. And, you know, if somebody's been, I guess, nasty to you or whatever, it's like, oh, is it something that I've done? Maybe it's something I've said. Maybe it's something, you know, or maybe it's karma for something I've done in the past, and I just can't think why it's gone wrong. And I feel that you're one of these ones that, you know, if your day starts off bad, you're kind of like, well, that just goes to show what the rest of my day is going to be like, right? I've had a bad start, I'm going to have a bad finish. And you know, that's a wrong way about going about that. Because let me tell you a little story, and it's a true story as well, is imagine the scenario. You get up out of bed, you stub your toe in the corner of the bed, right? What's the first thing you're going to say to yourself? Well, that sure shows how I'm going to have a bad day. So then you go and make your breakfast and you burn the toast. See, told you I was having a bad day. So then you go to work, the car breaks down or the bus breaks down on the way to work, so you're going to be 10 minutes late for work. And again, you're telling yourself, I told you my day's just going to get worse, right? What's actually happening, if you rewind that scenario, is a lot of people don't realize that our words, our thoughts, and even our actions can manifest reality. So how do we reverse that? How do we make that better? The way we make that better is rewind that scenario. You've stubbed your toe. Do you know what? Next time I'll look where I'm going. The rest of the day is going to be fine. Lesson learned. So then you go down and you make your breakfast. Because you've dealt with the first issue of the day in a positive way, chances are you're not going to burn your toast. Chances are you're going to make your breakfast. Chances are your car's not going to break down. And you're going to say, see, my day's got better already. I have a 5-word phrase that I teach to a lot of students that I've taught spiritually in the past. And the way to remember is we have 5 fingers. 5-word phrase. Cancel, clear, delete all negativity. So, for example, if you start a task and you say, I can't do this, cancel, clear, delete all that negativity. Do you know what? Just cancel it. I'm going to do that. I'm more than capable of doing that, and I'm going to succeed. Yes, you can, Sashin. No problem. Yep, exactly, like bringing it. So, you know, it's basically what you want in life, you have to manifest that, right? I recently told a friend who was basically saying, do you know what, Lady Moonlight, I would love a house and a family and a car. And I said, okay, make it happen. Every morning, stand in front of the mirror, look yourself in the eye in the mirror and say, I am worthy of a home. I am worthy of a new car. I am worthy of that job that I really, really want. And I believe in myself because whatever I want, I can achieve. And I said, do that every day and see what happens. She got back to me and said, I did that yesterday and I feel absolutely amazing for it. It's because Your words, your thoughts are manifesting it. Say it, it will happen. If you doubt it, it's not going to happen. If you tell yourself you're going to have a bad day, you're going to have a bad day. If you tell yourself, well, there's a lesson learned. I've stubbed my toe on the corner of the bed. Next time I'm going to be more vigilant and watch where I'm going. And then you find that your day gets better. Well, you know what? If you're wanting to move, tell yourself it's gonna happen. Look in the mirror and say, I'm worthy of moving to a better place. I'm worthy of getting the finances to be able to move. I'm worthy of manifesting and making happen what I want to happen. And also tell yourself every day, I'm worthy of loving myself. Right? It's so important to love yourself unconditionally. And don't give a monkey's rat tail what other people think about you, because other people aren't you. You're beautiful, you're unique, just the way you are. Right? You were made just the way you are. Why would you want to be anybody different? So you want that new home. Go get it. This is what the message is saying. Surrender to the divine is basically saying, ask the universe, right? The universe is always watching, always listening. And whatever it is we want to manifest, whatever it is that we want to make happen, we can in our own words. And it's not just saying the words, it's believing those words. Every time you speak them, believe them 1000%. If you say those words and say, well, I would like, I'm worthy of the new house, I would like the new house, but there's a little seed of doubt while you're saying that and saying, well, I'm going to sit and look in the mirror and tell myself that this ain't going to happen. Guess what? It's not going to happen because you're doubting the universe, right? The universe is saying, well, she's asking for it, but she's doubting it. So it's believing in whatever you ask for, you're going to achieve. And it will happen. Trust me, I've been doing that for many, many years. I'm 57 years old. And whatever it is that I want in life, I get it just by simply manifesting it. Just by doing that simple act of looking in the mirror, saying out loud, I'm worthy of that new job. I'm worthy of helping others. I'm worthy of reading for others, etc. So I hope that card has helped. And thank you so much for asking for a card. I'm just going to scroll down back, if it will let me. Let's have a look. Let's go up the page a little bit. Because Facebook sometimes deletes some of these comments. Oh, I'm so glad it had some meaning for you. Now I'm just trying to find out the name of the person that asked for a card. But Facebook has, oh, there we go. Okay, so I hope I pronounced your name right, Sasheen. Oh, thank you, Sasheen. Facebook just gobbles up all my comments. Sasheen, would you like an Old Faithful card, which is this deck, or would you like the Moon card? Which card would you like? Okay, some reason I'm drawn to use the Old Faithful cards, so there must be something that's maybe bothering you, or something that's been on your mind when you've been asking for the card. And my Old Faithfuls are usually the card that draws me when somebody has an issue in their life, or somebody's worried about something, or along those lines. I call these my Old Faithful because they have been with me, this deck has been with me for absolute years. And excuse my parrots, I do have 2 African greys and sometimes they join in on the readings. Okay, so let's just shuffle these cards for you. And thank you for asking for a card. Usually my lives are quite quiet, so it's nice when I get new people coming along and asking me to pick a card for them. So thank you so much. Okay. So the card that I have for you is the Death card. Now a lot of people, this card freaks a lot of people out, because they see a skeleton and they think, oh, it's a death card, that's got to be a bad card. The death card actually is quite the reverse, it's a good card. The skeleton represents getting rid of the past, getting rid of all that doesn't serve you anymore. You've been holding on to something from the past that has needed to be let go. But your stubbornness has kept that solidly, and you're dragging the past into the present and then into the future with you. And that could be that because of many reasons. That could be maybe something has hurt you deeply from the past and you try and shove it to the back of your mind and it keeps coming to the front all the time. And when it does so, you dwell on it and then you put it back, and it's a vicious circle, if that makes sense. But on the flip side of this card is saying sometimes we have to leave the past where it belongs, in the past, and make way for the future. The skeleton represents the past, things that need to be let go, things that need to be released. And the butterfly represents new beginnings, if that makes sense. Oh, I'm so glad this makes sense for you. Now, you might be sitting there saying, but that's okay for you to say, Lady Moonlight, but it's so hurtful to do that, and I can't I can't get away from that hurt, I can't get away from that pain, it keeps on coming back to me, I don't want it to come back to me, but it keeps on coming, so how can I move away from that? An easy solution that works so many times for this scenario is taking the first step you need to do is get it out of here. Get it out of the head. Because while it's renting room in your head, it's always going to come to the front at some point, and you're going to always drag it into the present and the future. What you need to do is to take a piece of paper. Now this sounds easy, but let me tell you from bitter experience, it is hard to do. You take a notebook and you take a pen and paper, and you start rewinding back the past. You have to confront the past to get rid of the past. So you rewind to whatever event it was that hurt you in the first place. And when you rewind to that bit, you write down, how did that make you feel? How hurt were you? How did you feel about the people or the person or the situation that caused that hurt? Write everything down. Now, chances are you're going to bawl tears. Chances are you're going to feel that hurt all over again. But that's part of the healing process. You know, I left 30 years of abuse behind 7 years ago, and I did just that. And let me tell you, the smudge ink on my notepads and it took me 3 notepads to complete all my cleansing. Don't rush it. Take your time. If you get to a point where it's too painful, write the painful bit down, put your book aside, and come back to it later. The whole point in the exercise is to get it all from here onto that paper. Then, once you've revisited all of that past and you've written it down on your piece of paper, you then get an ashtray or, some kind of flame-proof pot or whatever, and you burn that paper. And then you either can bury that paper in the soil and let Mother Earth take away all of that pain, or you can cast the ashes to the 4 winds and simply say, universe, take this pain away from me. It no longer serves me. I no longer want it. And it will do just that. And from that point on, because it's out of here and you've got it written down on your book and that book is burnt to cinders or whatever, you can then leave the past in the past and start your life anew. And that's what this card is asking you to do. So I hope, this card, I truly believe that you found this video at the right time, because I feel this has been dragging on way, way, way too long, if that makes sense. The guidance that I have for you is, take the hurt from others and use it to build your own towers, right? It's so easy for others to hurt us and we feel destroyed by it. But if we can build our own towers of strength from the hurt that's caused by others, it makes us stronger. And we're more than able then to deal with future hurts, etc., etc. I've been through abuse and bullying for the huge majority of my life. It could have went one way or the other. It could have destroyed me. It actually made me stronger. And I'm an advocate for abused women all over the world because of it. So, we all have inner strength if we just search for that inner strength. Remember, you're the captain of your own ship. Nobody has the right to hurt you. Nobody has the right to bully or to cause you any pain or upset. And if they do, then they're not worthy to be in your circle of friends. They're not worthy to be in your life. Let them go. And it might be family members, and you might think, well, that's hard to do if they are family members. Yes, it may be hard to do, but I've done that myself. I've had to let go of family members that have hurt me in the past. I don't have any regrets with it. I don't have any issues with it. Why? Because I will not allow somebody else to take away my inner strength, my inner power. And we all have inner strength and we all have inner power. Never allow anyone to dim your light. Shine bright, because that's what we're all here to do. We're all here to shine bright in our own little corners. And if somebody comes along and tries to snuff that light out, if somebody comes along and tries to diminish that light, or tries to put you down in any way, don't allow them to do that. Cut them loose. So I hope this card has meaning for you, and thank you so much for coming along and asking me to pick a card of the day for you, or a card. for today. I don't know if anyone else is watching live, but if there's anyone watching live and they would like a card right now, before I jump off, please let me know and I will be more than happy to choose a card. You're more than welcome. Thank you so much for asking. This video will be shared to the Mystic Witch YouTube channel, so that you can, anyone that has had a reading from me today can go along to the Mystic Witch on YouTube, and if you subscribe on that channel, you will be able to see your reading anytime you want, which means it never gets lost, which is a good thing. I'm also on the Lady Moonlight YouTube channel as well. So you can catch me on Mystic Witch YouTube. I'm also on Instagram under the Mystic Witch, and I'm also on TikTok under the Mystic Witch. Yes, you can. Which one would she like? The Moon card or the Old Faithful? What a beautiful name your wife has. Okay, I feel for your wife, it's the Moon card. I'm drawn, even before you replied to that, I'm drawn to the Moon card. So I'm going to shuffle the Moon cards. Beautiful name. So this one is for Sharika, your lovely wife. So let's just split these cards and see what the Moon card has to say for Sharika. I hope I pronounced that right. Hi Louise Smith Black. Yes, you can. I'm just doing Sharika's and then I will do Louise's. Okay. So, the card for Sharika. Balance spiritually and practically. So maybe this card is, I feel, saying to Sharika that maybe her emotions have been all over the place just now, and she doesn't know whether she's coming or going. Maybe she's just feeling, I just feel that there's mixed emotions. One minute she can be happy, the next minute, you know, not so happy. Sometimes she can feel a little bit confused. Sometimes she can get tearful and she doesn't really know why. And that could be down to hormonal, it could be down to so many different things. But one good way of dealing with that is by doing an aura cleanse. That can be done by just placing crystals on different aura points. So for example, if just placing amethyst crystal on the third eye, and a blue crystal for the throat, any green crystal for the heart, orange for the solar plexus, and so forth. So crystals can help with the clearing. She could wear a clear quartz crystal around with her. That's going to help clear her chakras as well. Reiki healing can clear chakras as well. Meditation is wonderful for actually clearing chakras. In fact, on my YouTube channel, the Lady Moonlight one, I have a meditation called Earth and Sky Grounding, and ask Sharika to try the Earth and Sky Grounding meditation for herself. That's going to clear her chakras. It's also going to help with her emotions. But as well as spiritually, she also needs to do the practical side of things as well. So, for example, drinking plenty of water to keep hydrated will give clear brain fog, etc. But also the foods that you eat, making sure that they are more organic than they are processed, etc. Because we are what we eat. If we put healthy food in, then we get healthy results out. So maybe she has sort of, like we all have, right? A sweet tooth now and again, and you know, it's so tempting to have the things that are so bad for us. But you know something, if we make an effort of eating healthy 90% of the time, and the other 10% having a little bit of what we fancy, then we're going to be doing the right thing. We're going down the right way. It's when we have 90% bad habits as far as health and wellness is going, and that 10% good. That's when the tables can turn a little bit. So I hope that this has meaning for her. And I'm so glad that you were able to ask for healing. I feel there is an elderly grandmother in spirit connected to your wife. I don't know if she lost a grandmother or a great-grandmother. I feel this lady is in spirit and she's quite elderly. But there's a connection between this elderly lady and your wife. And I don't know whether your wife is missing this lady, or this lady has had a huge part in her life. But this lady is coming forward to say, could you please ask her, or please say to her that she's watching. She's still with her, even from spirit. Oh wow, there you go. That's why she said grandmother and great-grandmother. Thank you so much for the confirmation. Well, she hasn't lost them. They are still with her even today. They know that she thinks of them often because that's what they've came through to say to her. And they want her to know that whenever she needs them, it's only a whisper away. She just needs to talk to them. Even if she can't hear their reply, she just needs to talk to them because they will hear. They're always listening. They're always watching. And they're so happy that you were able to ask for a card for her. So I send her love and much healing. And thank you so much. Oh, mother and grandmothers. Ah, beautiful, beautiful. Well, certainly the grandmother was the one that came through, but I believe she's telling me the mother is definitely there. But there's also a great-grandmother as well, one that she's not met. And I don't have a name for that one, but she's in the background. She's kind of like taking a back seat to let this grandmother come in and say her piece. But there is a great grandmother figure there as well. And I believe Sharika hasn't met her yet. Or hasn't met her in life, not yet, but hasn't met her in this lifetime. But she's still part of her family tree, so she's definitely there. But thank you so much for that. And let me just go back. Louise wants a moon card. Okay, so I'm going to do Louise's card, and I'm going to make that the last card of the day. I would love to spend all day reading cards for people, but time is limited for these cards of the day. So Louise, I'm just going to shuffle the moon cards and see what your message is today. It's been absolutely wonderful to meet new people. Usually before, the Mystic Witch was on a private group, and the private group was closed down because it was pretty much inactive. Now we have the main page, and I also have a VIP group as well. So it's nice to meet new people. You're more than welcome. Okay, so let's just shuffle these moon cards and see what the moon has for Louise today. Let me just sort these. Not at this time. I think she just wanted to pass through to sort of let Shanika know that she hears. She knows that she's been thinking about her mom and her grandmother quite often, and sometimes even in her sleep. And they just wanted to come through and basically say she hasn't lost them, they're still around. Even though we don't see them or we don't feel them around us, just trust that they are, you know. They're still with us, they're still watching, and sometimes they still guide us in our dreams as well. But you're more than welcome. Okay, so on to Louise's card. So we'll just give these a good old shuffle. Make sure they're all nicely mixed. I like to mix up my cards. Okay. Okay. So let's see what Lady Moon has to say for Louise. The answers that you need are coming. All right? And this is the full moon in Gemini, so I don't know if you're a Gemini or whether it's the full moon in Gemini that is guiding you today. But the answers that you need right now are coming. So maybe you've been asking in your own way for answers to issues or problems. Maybe things have kind of gone skew with. Maybe things haven't gone right for you lately, and you're thinking, you know, and we do that often, right? I sometimes find that myself. I'm like, okay, I've had a run of bad luck. When is that silver lining coming? When is that grey cloud going to just do one, and when is the sunshine going to come back out again, and you know, when are better days coming, etc. Well, if this card resonates with you, I feel that this is a similar situation to you. It's like anything that has or could go wrong has gone wrong, and you're like, when is this going to end? When is this bad luck or this bad phase that I'm going through, this dip in the road, whatever you want to call it, when is that going to change? And okay, thank you for the confirmation on that. And the universe or the Lady Moon is basically saying to you right now, the universe does work. It listens, it's forever watching, is forever listening to our needs and our questions. And we should never stop asking for that. But we should also trust it 1000%. Sometimes it's easy when things are going wrong to say, I don't believe that the universe is watching. I don't believe that the universe is listening, because if it was listening, why the heck am I going through so much crap right now? Right? I shouldn't be going through this crap right now. But when we actually get to the other end of that and we see that blue sky and the sun coming out, and we look back on what we've just gone through, we realize that there was actually lessons in the stuff that we were going through, right? A good example of that, the best way I can kind of describe what I mean about that is, I went through 30 years of physical, mental and emotional abuse with my ex. And every day I would say, when is this going to end? When am I going to get free from this? Is this going to be me for the rest of my life? And that cloudy day never seemed to disappear. It was always there. And I would often question the universe myself. And I would say, well, why am I going through this? Why are you allowing me to go through this? You know, what have I done to deserve this? We've all gone through that, right, at some point. But we're so much impatient to get that blue sky. Well, the universe is saying, the answers that you seek, the solution to what you're going through, those sunny days are coming. You just need to believe in that and not doubt it. It's a bit like what I was saying, whether it was a card of the day today. I've done so many readings today, I can't remember whether it was a card of the day or whether it was somebody else's reading, but it was like, well, how can I manifest that? By believing that the answers are there, the answers are going to come. You know, they might not be here today, tomorrow, next month, or, you know, in a couple of months, but the answers are on their way. The universe has heard. This is what the moon is telling you. Your questions, your issues have been heard loud and clear. And the universe takes its time to make sure that the answers that you're going to get are going to be the right ones for you. And that sometimes takes longer than we would like for that process to happen. It's like casting a spell. I often say to people, you know, can I cast a spell to get my soulmate? And how long will it take? Well, how long's a piece of string? On average, when you cast a spell, don't expect that spell to work immediately. It can take up to 2 to 3 years for a spell to work. It's the same with our thoughts and intentions. You know, fate doesn't rush things. It makes sure it gets everything right. And when, you know, bad things happen in our life for a reason, we might not see that reason. We might not understand it. We might think it's unfair at the time. But when we get past that troubled waters and we go into plain sailing, easy sailing, and we look back, it all starts to make sense. That's why I had to go through that. I had to go through that in able to get to where I am now. And I've learned lessons from that. So I hope that this makes sense. The good thing is the answers that you have been asking for are coming. They are just around the corner. You've suffered enough already, and the universe knows that. It's been working silently behind the scenes to make sure that when those grey clouds sail away, then and you get those blue skies, because those blue skies are coming, and sooner than you think now. And when you sail into those blue skies, those clear waters, take time, just a minute or two, to look back, and you'll see why it was you had to go through all of that to reach that point. I hope this makes sense. Okay, was your mum around you last night? The simple fact that you asked me that means that your intuition already told you that she was, right? Was your mum around you? Yes, very much so. In fact, it was your mum who asked you to pick, without even knowing it, the moon card, because she already knew the card that you needed to hear right now. And she says, never doubt, never ever ever doubt that she's not there, because she is, every second of every day. And she said, you wondered whether she was proud of what you've done, of your life and what you've achieved. She says, tell her yes. How could I not be proud? Right? How could she not be proud of her own daughter? Of course she's proud of you. She's proud of every achievement, but at the same time she's still proud of every failure that you've had as well, because she knows that you've got the inner strength to push through whatever it is you need to push through in life. She wants to let you know as well that she's sending you golden white healing light around you. And she's so glad that you asked whether she was there, because she was definitely there with you last night. There you go, there's her gold light. And this is what she was showing me right there. Thank you for that confirmation. That's what she was showing me, this golden white light. She's asking you to be aware of feathers, right? She's saying, when you see a white feather, know that I'm there. And know that I love you, and know that I care. Dogs, dogs, animals are so acute, they can see spirit far more clearly than what we can. I have 2 African grey parrots, and they pick up spirit's voices and speak. Spirits speak through one of my oldest parrots. Animals are great spirit detectors. They will tell you before you even sense that there is somebody there. Just by observing your dog will tell you that your mum's there or somebody around you in spirit. But your mum is sending you so much love right now. And she's letting you know she's not just there last night. She's there with you all the time. She's there if you want to speak to her. She says, I'm only a whisper away. I'm just in the other. She says, tell her it's like I'm just in the other room. I'm watching through a window. I can see everything. Oh, bless. Well, I'm so glad you were able to catch me live and ask for a card reading today, and thank you so much. What a beautiful, beautiful message to end my card of the day session. It was wonderful meeting all you wonderful new people. I'll be back tomorrow with another card of the day. This card will be shared on the Mystic Witch on YouTube, and it will also be on the Lady Moonlight on my YouTube channel as well. So be sure to subscribe to that, and you'll never miss any of my cards of the day. So I'm off to nip over onto my TikTok and do a little mini version of today's card of the day. Till then, love and blessings to all of you. Thank you so much for tuning in and joining me today for today's card of the day. Absolutely delighted to meet new people. I'm so glad, Louise. It was a beautiful, beautiful message, and I'm so glad I was able to pass that on for you. She's saying she thought a lot of your dog. I feel the dog and your mum are connected, which is why the dog's probably wagging its little tail. Bless. But thank you so much. I'm glad it's helped. If any of my readings have helped in the past, please feel free to share my page. Part of my mission in life is to help people with my readings, with my Reiki healing, you know, also, you know, helping the universe as well by my store has so many health supplements and natural products, because I believe that we should be turning away from chemicals and going for more chemical-free products as well. But thank you so much for joining me. I'm going to send you so much love and bright blessings to everyone who has joined me tonight. Have a great Saturday, and I look forward to doing another card of the day with you tomorrow. Till then, love and bright blessings from myself, Lady Moonlight, Mystic Witch. Take care, everyone. Have a great Saturday.